Hey guys, Just Good Games here, back with another episode for you. Today we have Clockwork Knight on the Sega Saturn. Really good, fun platforming game, so let's jump right in and check out the opening scene on this game. That was a good opening scene, even by Sega Saturn standards. That was pretty fun to watch to me. So how's about we jump into some gameplay? I know that's what you guys probably came here to see. This game came out in 1995, and I'm not sure when Toy Story came out, but I think somebody probably took some ideas from somebody else, or vice versa. You'll see what I mean. This is just the overview map, kind of showing you the different stages in the room that you're currently in. So, mere seconds into the gameplay, you can kind of see that this has some similarities to Toy Story. I mean, nothing glaringly obvious, but it just has that feel to it to me, especially if you played any of the Toy Story games on Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo or anything like that. It just has that definite feel to me. Although it may kind of have the look as Toy Story or a Toy Story game, it's like nothing you've ever played before. This is a really fun game. It may look like kind of a childish game, but this is really fun, and I don't really know why. You just have to kind of play it to experience it, but it's definitely a must-own for your Sega Saturn, I would say. And there's also a Clockwork Knight 2, which I have yet to play or acquire, but I'm gonna. The controls in this game are really basic. You have 2 jump buttons, an attack button, and a directional pad, and they're really just intuitive controls. You can just pick it up and know how to play it in short order. Games like Clockwork Knight absolutely shine on the Sega Saturn. I mean, that's basically what the system was made for, is 2D platformers. The thing was a 32-bit system, and it was just basically a 2D powerhouse, really. Not so good in the 3D games as, say, the Nintendo 64 or the PlayStation, maybe, but it was absolutely built for games like this. The controls in this game are fast, responsive, and precise. All the things that you want in a really good platforming game. The jumps are accurate, the attacks are accurate, and it just responds really nice and feels good to play. Playing this game in 2013 really takes you back. In a world, we currently live in where every other game is Call of Duty or some other first-person shooter like Call of Duty, which, don't get me wrong, I have no problem with Call of Duty. They're freaking awesome games. But this just takes you back, platforming, old school. It's like, yeah, this was gaming. I remember this. The levels in this game are a lot of fun. I mean, each one of them varies a lot from the other one. There's a lot of stuff you can explore. There's a lot of hidden things. Everything in the level reacts with you. There's different ways to finish a level. Just really, really good, entertaining game throughout. And the boss battles are pretty epic. Normally I wouldn't, just watching footage of this game, I wouldn't really be into a game like this, I wouldn't think. But man, playing it, I literally could hardly put it down until I beat it. I just loved it. And I'm sure I'm going to play it several times over. And I'm definitely going to get the second one, like I said before, just because of playing this game. So if you're watching this review thinking, maybe this game might not be for you, if you're into platforming games at all, I can almost guarantee that you'll like it. So you should probably pick it up. If you have a Sega Saturn or are planning to get one, go ahead and pick this game up. You won't regret it. Don't do any of that emulator crap, though. That's just not right. Playing a game on an emulator is like driving a Ferrari with skateboard wheels. It's like, yeah, you might be driving a Ferrari, but you're definitely not getting the experience that it was intended for. Also, your weapon is a giant key. And if you think about it in real life, if you were to have a key that was like a third as long as your body and the weight that would be behind that, that would actually be a pretty destructive thing to hit stuff with. I don't know why, but when I said that, it just made me think of playing Grand Theft Auto with a giant key beating the crap out of people. That'd be pretty funny. I gotta review that game pretty soon. throughout the level you'll see those little blocks with, I guess, pictures of you on there, and those mean that you can react with them by pushing them or putting a battery in a slot or something like that, so you gotta kind of keep an eye out for those. Some pretty good imagination and creativity went into this game. Like, you literally don't know what to expect ever as far as the enemies go and the levels go. It can just change on you. As you can see, the load times in between screens aren't bad at all, but they're definitely there. But hey, it's a Sega Saturn. What do you expect? So this is one of the boss battles I was telling you about. They're all just crazy. I mean, let's examine for a second what's going on here. You're fighting, I guess, a robotic baby in a tuxedo carrying a top hat that's obviously so heavy that it's making him tired. And then he can kind of get in it and try to smash you, all the while you're trying to like stab him with a key. I mean, I couldn't come up with something like that. Just the fact that you're like poking a baby with a key just seems really odd. I mean, that has got to be one of the most random bosses ever, but somehow it like fits with this game. I don't even know how to explain it. So the main character you're playing, his name is Pepperaccio, or something like that. I'm not even quite sure how to say it, but I don't know why I was just thinking this. His gold armor reminds me of Zeus off the movie Immortals. It's a great movie if you haven't seen it. And that's how you do that, I guess. The Saturn just has a way of making something as simple as going on to the next level fairly epic with all their cutscenes. Never gets old. Here's one of the mini games where you can win continues, and you'll probably need a fair amount of them before you end up beating this game. I know I did. And I guess the lesson in this minigame is, kids, gambling pays off. At least in video games. This is a really quick way to rack up some extra lives, though. But you can lose it all. And now we're in Kevin's room, and you can basically just tell the game's about to step it up a notch in difficulty. So to sum up this review, if you like platformers and you like the Sega Saturn, you'll like this game. It's a really good one to round out your Sega Saturn collection, and you won't be sorry that you got it.